might be the first time that I've shown what to do after you take your products out of a canner and let it rest and let it sit there overnight until everything's all cool. So at this point, we want to remove the lids. Now, you're going to have some sticky stuff, so you want to wash everything in warm, sudsy water, especially around the rims, and if there has been any drips along the side, you wash those as well until it's all nice and clean. So, and the other thing that you find is that if your water is warm, your rings will come off quite easily. Even the ones that may have stuck or seized, the warm water does loosen them up. Okay, the reason for removing rings and washing is numerous. Number one, if you leave the rings on, you may believe you have a seal and you actually have a false seal. And I have seen in my mother's pantry these things explode when she left the rings on. She didn't know any different. She always left rings on. And to clean up tomato puree and bits of glass was a bit of a nightmare. I think I eventually taught her that, yes, you remove the rings. She always believed it was the rings that kept the seal on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so first of all is to ensure that you don't have a false seal. And you can do that just by lifting your jar up by the seal itself. Secondly, washing them removes any food bacteria and potential for mold to grow. So those are the two main reasons for washing and removing your lids. Washing your jars and... Okay, so those are the two main reasons for washing your jars and removing your lids. Not only that, they look nice and clean this way too. And as somebody has suggested, if you don't put your vinegar in the canner, you can add vinegar to your wash water to clean your jars. So if you prefer not to put vinegar in your canner, this is another way to ensure that your jars are not cloudy. I prefer to put the vinegar in the canner myself. So, okay, pretty simple. I'm going to continue along with this process, and when I'm done, we are going to dry these. I certainly don't have to label because I know what's in these jars, and I have close to 100 of them, if not more. So I just stack them in milk crates, and I know exactly where they are and how many I have. But what I do now, I ensure that I date them. When I used to have my large pantry that I kept them in, I would just put the older ones off to one side so they'd be used first. But in this case, they are now they are dated and stored away. And I don't have a large pantry. I do use milk crates a lot, and I store my milk crates wherever I can find a spot for them. So, it is what it is. Alright, almost done here. And they certainly look quite nice and tidy. 4 more to go, then I'm going to just perhaps rinse them off, and I may even just load them. And And now I also leave all my rings in the sudsy water, and I will wash them separately after I've dealt with the jars themselves. Okay. So, okay, last one here. Okay, now I'm going to rinse them all with warm water and just set them aside to dry. And yes, all my jars are sealed. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, and for my purposes, I always can my tomatoes in the fall, and so I'm just concerned about the year. I'm not concerned about what's in these jars. I only want to date them for the year so that I know which ones to use up first. So these ones are 2022, and that's all I need to add here. Now, if I was canning something else, I would probably provide a little bit more detail here. But this is all that's necessary for my purposes. Okay. I am now ready to crate and put these away into storage. So, I have found that with these milk crates, I can add, 13 of the regular mouth jars per label, and I can do 2 layers high. So, with the wide mouth, they are a little wider, so sometimes I can only get 12 in, but that's fine as well, 12 per layer. So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and one more is 13. Okay, and with that, I have cut probably the thinnest, strongest cardboard I could find, and they were from my very large box of Premium Plus crackers, and I just put that as a thin layer and continue to stack these. So when I do my next batch, I will fill this up again, and I should have 26 jars per crate, and then I stash the crate wherever I can find any space for it. And even if you had a full pantry, this is a great way to haul these up and down stairs if you have a basement, or whatever the case may be. Okay? Okay, that's my milk crate. I still have room for a few more jars, so the next batch will go to help fill this one up. And I will likely get at least another crate full. Hoping for more than that. I actually expect more than that from what I saw in the garden. And if you are not comfortable putting 2 layers in a milk crate, then don't do it. You know, to each his own. I have no ability to single stack anything anymore, just don't have the space. So this is what I've come up with to resolve my space issue. And as I said, I've done it for a couple of years now, and I've had no issues with it. Anyway, this is Tony from her Homestead Skills. I hope you enjoyed this little follow-up here, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.